Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for your support. Today is part 3 of the VPI Saga. I just wanted to give you a quick update and a couple of things, further tweaks that we did to the VPI. First of all, I want to announce that I have made my decision. If you've watched the last couple of reviews, you know that that's the case, but I left you on the last VPI video still in question. So I was pretty much convinced, but I hadn't made the final decision. Well, right before I went on vacation, I said, you know, Oswaldo, this is just undeniably better than what I was getting with the Basis 1400. As much as I love it, let's do this deal. Come take the Basis away and let's order the ADS controller as well. I had sampled the SDS controller, which is the previous model, and I saw what it did for setting the speed like rock solid, among other things, and I was pretty convinced that this was a worthwhile upgrade. When I think of all the service that I got from Oswaldo and from VPI, I feel very, very comfortable being a member of the VPI family. Oswaldo went above and beyond for me with a turntable that he's really not making any money on, a used turntable, and the company as well, the family. Matt Weisfeld went out of his way on a holiday weekend to make sure we got the part that we needed. And I also got a text from Harry Weisfeld after he saw the videos, and it was very, very reassuring and welcoming, and I feel very happy that I made this decision. Having someone like Oswaldo in my right pocket to show me exactly how to tweak this turntable is really a big benefit. It is kind of a tweaker's paradise, this turntable. There's a lot of things to adjust, but that's the beauty of it. It's fully adjustable. And that's what I love about this turntable. And the sound, of course. The sound had been on a much higher level than I'd ever been experiencing with any other turntable that I've had. And with the analog drive system in place, that's even more so. The couple of things that we did since the last video is I replaced the belt with a brand new belt. So if there was any stretching or anything going on with the belt, that was corrected. I added the ADS controller. I'll show you in a little video how that works. And I'm still amazed at how this thing works. It seems like such a simple thing, you know, like controlling the voltage coming in and evening out the speed going to the motor, but the actual effect is really noticeable and the peace of mind is invaluable. So I love having the ADS controller. To me, spending for that and doing this trade, I really got a state-of-the-art, for me, turntable setup for just the price of the ADS controller. I got many, many years of use out of the Basis, so I don't even consider the trade-in value. I just am delighted to have made this step. Another thing that I really got to experience on a different level is the clamping system. I don't know what was going on with the Basis. I don't think I really had it set right or had the right washer underneath, because it did not act as well as the VPI clamp. I'll show you in a quick video here how it really bonds the vinyl to the platter. It's just amazing. The whole thing kind of reaches down and pushes down on the platter, and it's like a solid piece. You can tap on the edge of the record and it's solid. And I don't think that was happening on the Basis, which might have been part of the problem, but I am delighted with it. You know, when I first got with the VPI, I saw the felt mat on it. I said, oh, I'm gonna get to use a mat again. And Oswaldo was like, no, no, you could, but that's just a dust cover. You wanna use the bare platter the washer and the clamp, and he demonstrated it, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. So we'll keep the platter scrupulously clean and lock down those discs on the platter. Even if slightly warped disc really makes good contact. So I don't feel any need for the periphery ring at this point. I can get it, and it will work on the platter that I have. So we'll see, maybe in the future. But the main thing that I was concerned about, and there's very little out there about this subject, is the anti-skate. I searched the internet for images, videos, anything to show me how this little device is supposed to be set up. And there really isn't a lot out there. There was one video I saw that was for a classic turntable, but it's different. Every one of the turntables has slightly different geometry depending on where the arm is placed and so forth. And there are two turrets where you can affix the anti-skate device. And I was really confused about the whole thing. It really didn't seem like, it seemed like a contraption, not a precision instrument, but I was proved wrong. Oswaldo really was determined to get this set up perfectly. So he came over one day and we set it up in the right-hand screw terminal as you look at the box from the front, the junction box. It was in this position, not the other, that it made the most sense. The previous owner had it set up incorrectly. It was at a weird angle and it really didn't do its job. So I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he just decided not to use it and left it there. But the way Oswaldo got it set up is as soon as the arm leaves the cradle and starts to move across the record, the weight is lifting, the arm is lifting. And by the time it gets to the end of side, it is like this. So this is level with the platter and the other arm is up. There are different weights according to how many rubber donuts you put on there, and I don't know anything about that. But in listening and observing, I saw that the arm is behaving exactly how it should. Before this, there was a couple of times where when lowering into the starting groove, it would pull. Actually, one time it pulled across the first few grooves. So I knew that the inward pull of the skating force was acting on the arm, and that the coiled wire setup, which is somewhat of a pushback, wasn't really completely doing the job. Now, with the way it's set up, the needle is falling directly into the groove without any observable deflection. So I watched this very carefully under magnification to see how the stylus behaved as it dropped into the groove. And now with the new device in place, it just drops in like silently like that. And you would think that's a simple thing, but with skating forces, it can pull one way or the other. If there's too much anti-skate, it might pull backwards. If it is not enough correction, it'll pull forwards, and it'll deflect the cantilever and the stylus, which will result in an unbalanced sound, distortion, and everything kind of falls apart. I looked at this phenomenon from 3 different points on the record, the beginning, the middle, and the final grooves. And I was confident that it was rising and falling exactly where it should. It never wavered when it went up and landed somewhere else. It was always right on. So I think Oswaldo nailed it. And I sent a little quick video over to VPI, and Harry Weisfeld himself said, yep, you got it exactly right. So you guys can kind of look at this and understand that this is VPI approved setup as well as Oswaldo approved setup. I am happy to have that in the system. I thought the coiled wire was doing a pretty good job, but I wasn't quite sure. And for me, this kind of thing is something that I like to make sure everything is as spot on as it can be. You know, that's the reason I got the ADS controller as well. So that's done. And we went over all the settings again. So that's important. Like once you get the anti-skate set, you want to do the azimuth again. You want to do the weight and make sure the VTA is correct. So we went over all those parameters again. I learned a little bit more about how to set all these things myself. And I'm loving the way this turntable is behaving and sounding. I'm really, really excited to be part of the VPI family. I think this will be the final video on system updates for the VPI. Unless I go with some feet or platform, this is pretty much where I'm going to stay for the time being. Sure, I would love the VTA on the fly. I think that would be absolutely wonderful, but that's a $1,500 upgrade. At that point, I probably would maybe do a different turntable. So we'll see what happens. But for now, I have a new reference, and it's the VPI Scout with the ADS controller. And I'm very, very happy about it. So thank you so much to Oswaldo. Thank you to VPI and to all of you for following along with this story. Until next time, I'm Scott from the Pressing Matters. Thank you for watching and have a great day.